Hi there. Here's a mystery about one of the most famous men who ever lived. His name is Al, and he was a serial failure. And I don't mean Cheerios. The way he failed, the number of times he failed was incredible. And yet he's famous. So why? He might be famous for his education, but he only went to school for 3 months. His teacher called him addled, which is polite for stupid, and this pissed off his mother, who took him out of school and homeschooled him until he went to work at age 12. Did he become a fantastic family man? Well, his family moved to Canada after the American Revolution so they would stay British. And in 1812, they fought the Americans. He himself, well, he worked all the time, so his first wife was miserable. Well, she would die and he would remarry, but none of his children would be close to him. So he was never a fantastic father. Maybe he became a captain of industry. He sold newspapers on a railroad, and then he learned telegraphy when he was age 15. He formed a Portland cement company. He was an iron miner for 10 years, but none of these things prospered. What about for his being an inventor? Hey, maybe. His first invention was for a machine to electrically count votes. But politicians hated it, and it was a failure. And this was followed by a long string of failures, like for his entire career. It seemed a better mousetrap would always arrive to beat his inventions. And I'll give you an example. George's AC crushed Al's DC. If you haven't figured out his name already, here is a huge hint. He has 1,093 patents under his name. Thomas Alva Edison invented the electrical system that changed dark into light, that transformed night into day at the flick of a switch. It powers entire cities. It changed the world. He gave us lights and then added camera action when he invented the motion picture. He allowed us to bring an orchestra into our home when he invented records, and yet he couldn't hear the music. He was almost totally deaf. For him, this was a strength because it meant the Wizard of Menlo Park was not interrupted when he was concentrating. So what's the lesson here? Is it to put our fingers in our ears? I don't think so. There are 2 lessons. First, work hard, work really hard, work harder than that. And second, persist. Do not give up. Keep trying. Try some more. Edison did. I am Mike for the Be More Better team. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Please comment, like, subscribe if you haven't, but always, always be more better. Body, mind, and spirit, and then be even more better as you persist in making the world better too. By the way, Thomas Edison did not invent the electric light bulb. He did find the material for the filament inside. And he didn't think that searching was failing. He used to say that he had learned 10,000 ways that it wouldn't work. And by the way, Thomas Edison formed a company called Edison General Electric to make those light bulbs. And 2 years after he formed it, it became GE. And one last, by the way, Edison's greatest invention wasn't an invention. He created something to invent inventions. A research laboratory. This has been a pleasure. Until the next one. Bye now.